Congressman Marlin Stutzman. He lives in what's called flyover country, and he'll share that with you. But Marlon, if you want to just comment on what you heard Sam Faddis on the war, any comments there? And then I would love to hear your updates on what's happening with the budget, what's happening with the economy in your own hometown area. What are you hearing? What would a war do to that? And thanks for being with us, Marlon.
Yeah. Hey, great to be with you, Dave. Great to see you. I was excited to be on the show with Steve Bannon, and then they said Dave Bratz hosting. I'm like, that's a second best. I mean, so it's a good day to see you, my friend.
That's generous. You too, man. Good.
Yeah, but no, you're great to be with you, and you're exactly right. I was just actually with a group of folks here in Northeast Indiana, Fort Wayne area, where manufacturing, heart of the heartland, and agriculture are strong areas of industry for us, transportation. So coming from the heartland this morning and hearing from constituents what they're concerned about. And obviously a lot of we talked a lot of economics, but also talked a lot about the unrest in the Middle East. And there's a lot of concern. But I tell you what, I am so grateful that President Trump is the president. He's the strongest negotiator.
Yeah.
He's the strongest diplomat that America has had since President Ronald Reagan. And I'm thankful that he's at the wheel here, dealing with the circumstances that we're facing right now. And I trust that he's going to make the right decisions. He's been in the business world his whole life. He's a strong negotiator. And I agree with the fact that we don't want to see Iran with any sort of nuclear program. I mean, not for utilities, because we know they would use it for a bomb. And I also support Israel doing what they believe they need to do to defend themselves. I was in Israel a couple of weeks ago and saw the concern regarding a nuclear Iran, but also saw where Hamas attacked them on the southern border. While we were there, Houthis were sending rockets in from Yemen. And so it's a very dangerous part of the world. And what I really believe, Dave, as we were talking about just briefly, is that it shouldn't be just Israel and the United States dealing with Iran. We need the Saudis. We need the Turks. We need other countries in that region, because if Iran had a nuclear weapon, it would be like them having a gun, and they could just point it at anybody they wanted and leveraging them. And so it shouldn't be just Israel and the United States that deal with this problem. It should also be other countries in the region and greater parts of the civilized world.
Yeah, well, I'm happy too. President Trump is the master negotiator. Unfortunately, in the West, we all, and I think probably Trump does, even on business deals, assumes rationality. And we'll see whether the religious leaders over in Iran respond. But your point is right. We want this whole community. Trump's got pressure to bear on tariffs and whatever. But boy, right now it's going to be a hard sell, because we're going in hardcore right now on Iran. And you just heard Sam Faddis with all the cautionary notes he provided.
Right.
What are you hearing on the economy? It's kind of mixed. President Trump's putting in all the supply side pieces. That, there's a lag on that to take effect. We're still living kind of under the Biden economy. Fiscal policy's got about a year lag on it. And we're still $2 trillion deficit spending a year. The Federal Reserve is still out of control. They haven't pulled back their trillions on the balance sheet. What are you hearing on the economy? Are your folks starting to see a turn, or is it still pretty flat?
There's nervousness. There's optimism because they believe that Trump's doing the right thing by resetting the economic stage. And of course, with us in the Midwest, we have seen a decline over the past several decades with manufacturing leaving the Midwest and going to other parts of the world, whether it's Mexico or whether it's China. And just for a quick example, agriculture, of course, is the largest industry in Indiana, but manufacturing is a close second. I mean, we've got steel companies, automobile companies, orthopedic companies. I mean, we can build and manufacture just about anything here. And but over time, over the last several decades, we've seen a slow decline in population because of our trade policy. So there's an understanding and a support for President Trump because there's not a good time to do this, especially coming off the heels of a Biden administration. It was a
Yep.
horrible time to do it. But when else do
Yep.
you do it? And Trump's doing it, and so you throw on top of this war. And I guess what bothers me is that we have
30
some
seconds.
people in Washington that say, when this whole thing started with Israel and Iran, like, hey, game on. Well, this is not a game. This is something that has
Right.
to be handled very delicately. We want to make sure Israel's secure. We want to make sure America's secure. So Trump's got a big task in front of him, but I trust that he's the guy to do it.
Yeah, well, you put your finger on the most important thing in the Trump agenda is bringing jobs back for Americans. America
Right.
first. Indiana, I grew up in Michigan and Minnesota, a little bit up there in your country. I love the people of your great state. You're a great leader. How do people get to you, Marlon, if they want to follow you and your agenda?
Check us at Rep Stutzman on all social platforms, and we'd love to have them check us out, communicate with us, and we're always going to be posting our thoughts and comments as well there.
All right. God bless you, Marlon. Thanks for being with us on the War Room.